Alright guys, now guys, I am not into being a cross-dresser at all. I know it seems like I am. I know I talk about it and that's what my focus is a lot of times. I'm very focused on being a cross-dresser in my videos because I do look really good as a woman and it's a talent that I have, so I like to share with people. And I like to encourage people that are cross-dressers or people that are drag queens or whatever to feel comfortable. I'm so gorgeous as a guy and so pretty as a girl that I think I open doors for people that may not normally do this or may not think it's okay. I think a lot of people might think, hey, this is really good. And there are a lot of people doing it nowadays, so it's almost like it's celebrated as opposed to people not wanting to do this. But I want to do this for you guys because you guys are out there. A lot of people are doing it, but the thing is, there are those people that ruin it for others, right? That don't like it, and so. But I mean, for the most part, I don't even know who doesn't like it because people that are crossdressers are like famous and doing have more money than a lot of people that are not crossdressers. So I mean, I don't know. It's just I mean, but yeah. So this is a video all about cross-dressing. All right. So as you can see, I'm dressed up as a woman, and I guess that's called cross-dressing, right? Right. Um, I wanted to do this for the cross-dressers out there, and for people that are kind of like, well, that maybe think that it's not right or it's not okay. I only do this for entertainment, guys. I'm not into this, but I'm very supportive. Even if you are into this or this is what you want to do for the rest of your life, or you want to sex change, whatever, I'm supportive because I know how hard it must be to actually go through the whole transition. I mean, for me, I never want to. I'm not interested in that. But that doesn't mean I don't support it, and that doesn't mean that I don't want people to think that it's not that I want people to think it's okay. I want people to feel like, hey, this is my livelihood here, and this is what I want to do, and I think you guys should really feel good. You should really feel like, hey, you know what? I've always wanted to be a girl. I've always wanted to be a girl, and now's my chance. Like, look at Bruce Jenner. Right now, he's Caitlyn Jenner and he's really happy. He's really happy now. He really feels like himself. He's dating someone that's transgendered. So, I mean, it's kind of like, well, at what point do you say, hey, this is okay for me, this is what I want to do? So of course I want you guys to feel good, so I'm going to do a video about cross-dressing in just that I'm voicing my opinion and modeling, all right, and modeling, don't forget modeling. I want to voice my opinion about how people might not feel welcome or might not feel good, and I want people to feel good. And of course, if I was I mean, I say that I'm a cross-dresser all the time because I do videos like that, but I mean, every time I go out, I'm always Marco. I'm always Marco. I'm not Mileena ever. I think a lot of cross-dressers are people that are cross-dressers want to see that, but I'm sure people will like Mileena very much. But I just I just do these videos for entertainment, guys. My favorite kind of people are gorgeous people that are like bodybuilders for men and petite women for petite thin women. That's what I like. Those are the people that I like, and of course I like pretty cross dressers too. I have friends that are gorgeous drag queens. I have one girl that she had a sex change. She is like so pretty. She had a lot of plastic surgery, but she looks so good. She's like so pretty. She's like so nice. She looks so amazing. I'm very supportive of her because must have been hard for her to go through that. But and of course, with that being said, I want you guys to know, even though I'm always so supportive, I'm just really supportive of everything, right? Like, I don't believe anybody should be racist. I don't believe anybody should be homophobic. I don't believe anybody should be heterophobic or anything, right, guys? I'm just very, I'm just very supportive of everybody. So when I talk about this a lot, don't get me the wrong idea of me. Not that I would think that it would be the wrong idea, but don't think that I'm just like, oh, Marlena and Marco must be saying this because they really like this and they want to be this way. And of course, if I wanted to be this way, I would tell you guys. If I wanted to be a drag queen 24/7, or I wanted to have a sex change, whatever, I would tell you guys. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think you should feel really good about yourself if you are gonna have a sex change, then why would you want to feel bad about yourself? So I'm very supportive of people doing this. And if I wanted to be living that way, I would. It's just that I love being a good-looking guy. I identify with being a guy. So, even though I'm always Mileena, dressed up as Mileena, and I mention it many times. I know you guys are probably like, we know you do it just for entertainment. Yes. But I want people that are out there that can also know too that you don't have to be into this lifestyle to do it, You don't have to like be like, hey, I'm into drag. I'm a drag queen through and through. I always want to do drag. I want to be a woman, etc. I feel like a woman. I want you to know that you could be a totally good-looking guy that's bi that wants to do this for entertainment only. Now the thing about RuPaul is a very good drag queen. Everybody knows and people like RuPaul. Everybody watches RuPaul Drag Race. Even the most macho of men watch RuPaul Drag Race. But we all know RuPaul is very, pretty, looks really, really good. He identifies as a man as well. He doesn't identify as the girl that's RuPaul. He identifies as a man. And of course, people are like, well, he looks so good. Why doesn't he identify as RuPaul? The girl. He just doesn't, right? Like, it's not something you can control, right? So there are people that identify strictly as women, and they're men, or women that identify as men that are women, and they identify with the opposite gender. That's what they identify with. So they're the ones that are going to have the sex changes. They're the ones that are going to dress up in drag in person and get really excited when they meet someone and date someone like that because that's who they are, right? And that's what I'm supportive of that, very supportive of that. Even though I identify as a man, as Marco, and I'm very good looking as both, but I identify as Marco. I'm very supportive of both, right? Because I think it's really, I mean, and it's just a matter how you feel, right? Like if you feel like you identify as a girl and you're a guy, or a guy and you're a girl, then you feel that way. You can't control it, right? So the more people that let people know that you can do that and feel that way, the better it is for those people because those people need to know, hey, like Elliot Page just had a sex change, and Elliot Page was a gorgeous woman. She was like top female celebrity. She was like so popular as a female. She had a sex change. I was actually shocked to see that. But she had a sex change, and so she was kind of like, well, she kind of felt like she was relieved and felt, a certain way about it. But, the thing is, I'm supportive. She sees my videos, I want her to know, hey, I want you to feel good. You were brave, you were tough, you saw you wanted a different future, and you went for it. She could easily have been a lesbian who was into being um, into girls because she was already a lesbian, but she could have been a girl that was into lesbians and girls and not done any sex change. She was a pretty girl, right? Like we all saw her. She was pretty. She was gorgeous. She could easily have been a girl the whole time, but she did not identify with that. She identified with being a guy, so she had the sex change, right? So, as far as it goes, if you identify with the opposite gender, you identify with that. You can't help it. So I'm supportive if you are, like, if you don't identify as the opposite gender, then don't worry about it, but don't even think about it, but I mean, yeah, so she sees this video, she'll be like, oh wow, that's so nice, But the thing is, I'm sure she's got a lot of girls that like her and stuff, like, even now with the sex change, she's probably got more, she's probably very popular, but I mean, it's just kind of like, well, I identify as a man as Marco, right? So I mean, I'm very happy being proactive and being an advocate for that because I think it's really tough to deal with. I mean, I couldn't imagine doing that myself. I mean, I know I dress up as a girl on here, but I don't even identify as it, so to me, it doesn't make a difference. Um, but but like I said, guys, even if I wanted to be a girl all the time, or even if I identify with it, I would feel no issues with it. I'm just kind of like not identifying as a girl. That's the kind of person I am, right? And I'm just so supportive, right? Like, if I wanted to be Mileena all the time, I think it'd be very welcome. I just don't want to be Mileena all the time. I want to be Marco all the time and just do Mileena as entertainment. But anyway, I'm very supportive, like I said, you guys, all right? And I mean, if I did identify with it, I think it would probably be more of a, people would be like, yeah, you definitely advocate for us. But I mean, because I don't identify with it, maybe people are like, well, why do you identify, like, why are you trying to, you know, say these things all the time? Because I think it's important to have more people say these things, right? I think it's really important that we have people that are standing up for people like that because, I mean, it really is the goes down to the human emotion. These people are struggling with their identity. We should make them feel safe and make them feel good. And I think a lot of people really do that for people. I think a lot of people really do that for people. Like I know Shaz Bono is always going out with pretty girls. So even though Shaz Bono is going out with pretty girls all the time, maybe someone isn't, right? Maybe someone that was a woman, had a sex change as a man, isn't going out with pretty girls or isn't dating and they're very ashamed or they regret the surgery or not to regret the surgery, but maybe they don't feel they look as good as a guy or maybe they don't feel comfortable or maybe Shaz Bono's Cher's daughter, of course she's gonna get lots of girls, but some people might not feel confident. Some people might feel very upset, and I'm here to support those people because I want them to know, hey, there's someone out there that looks after them and wants them to feel good. I can't do everything for them, obviously, but to be supportive like this and advocate for them really makes a difference. I think it really makes a difference. I think it makes people feel like, hey, there really is someone as gorgeous as Marco and dressed up as a beautiful girl like Mileena, and they're supportive. So, it's just something, and I mean, for me, being an advocate is not something I choose to do. It's just that I think it's necessary that I do it because I dress up as a woman first off. And even though I don't identify with it, I think it's important that I do that. Some people might feel like, and I think if people were like, well, if I was like, I don't identify with it, don't do it. People would be like, well, you do it. Why would you say that? So I might as well just go further and say, hey, I support it. But I mean, like I said, and I think people know this because I keep saying I don't identify with it, etc. But I want you guys to know that there's somebody out there that looks really, really good and is like an icon, a celebrity type, and really supportive. You know how many sweet cross dressers there are, and how many sweet people that are trans and everything else. I think there's so many people that are so supportive of that. So nice in that community. It's a really nice community. I get so many nice compliments from cross dressers and people that are supportive of me, and keep them going. By the way, I love the compliments, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Um, and so the one thing I want to make sure they know is that hey, there's someone out there that really supports you, and there's someone that's really beautiful, and that really helps. I know being beautiful is something that is outside, but if you can show your support to someone that may be struggling, maybe they don't feel as beautiful as I do, or maybe they don't feel as good as I do. So I'm more than happy to shed some light onto, them being happy with who they are. And a lot of people will think, hey, you're really beautiful. This means a lot. I think that's the reason why I do this. I don't have to advocate. I don't have to have these types of videos, but I want people to know, hey, there's somebody really beautiful out there as a girl and looks really, really, really good as both a guy and girl, and they support what you do as a transgender person. I think that means the moon to a lot of people. I think a lot of people will be like, you are the epitome of gorgeous. You don't have to be like that, and yet you are. So I think people are really appreciative that I'm giving that message out. Like what happened with Madonna and Lady Gaga, they were so supportive and they were always so like, hey, I failed, I did this, I did that, and I made it to the top. That's what I get. That's where I get my inspiration from. People like that, right? That want people to know, hey, I failed once. I had a hard time, and I overcame it. Steve Harvey was talking about how he could barely have enough money to go to New York, but he got enough money because somebody called him and said, we want you to do this gig, you'd be funny, and he became a celebrity. So, and Oprah was talking about how she used to work in a really kind of like store with like cheap candies and like convenience store kind of thing, and now she's a celebrity. Comparing her life to then to now, it's just a major thing, right? So I'm supportive of people that maybe are like I don't feel beautiful. Maybe you are beautiful and you don't even know it. Maybe you look better than everybody else, but you think you're not beautiful because you were told differently, or you have different things about views about yourself because you never felt really beautiful. Anyway, I gotta go. Okay, alright, totally enjoy, guys. So I'm very supportive, guys, just like I always say. Alright, so remember, guys, be your most beautiful self. However form that looks, everybody's beauty is important. Everybody has different beauty. Everybody looks beautiful in their own way. All right, thank you. Bye, everyone.